Hi, and welcome to Wrong Way. And as we transition into the colder seasons, we got to see 4 new wheel releases because, of course, they weren't ready for high season. But boy oh boy, is there a lot to salivate about, so let me tell you more about it. Wrong Way. Now, in order to pack all 4 exciting new releases into one video, I will need to compress and condense all of the information so you, as a viewer, potential buyer and fan of the sport, will get the most important information and you won't be just flooded with a spec sheet and database. However, if you are into that sort of stuff and if you want to follow along the specification of these new 4 products, feel free to check out the PDF that I included in the description below, which includes a spreadsheet with all of the important parameters that I know of today. At the end of the video, I'll be letting you know what is my pick and what to expect from these new releases. And of course, I'll be also getting each and every one of those wheels for testing. So yeah, subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss out on that. And while you're at it, hit a like maybe. In a short span of time, we got to see the Kingsong S20 Eagle, a high-tech suspension wheel that seems to tick all of the boxes for a performance rider. The Begode Hero, a high-performance and high-quality wheel by Begode. That's not something I thought I would say ever in one sentence. The Extreme Bull Commander, a long-range electric tank that was made in cooperation with Begode, and the other fast tank, the Veteran Sherman successor, the Veteran Abrams. All of these wheels are very exciting, but as usual, manufacturers give us a better, bigger, improved versions of high-end wheels. Now, don't get me wrong, I really like those types of wheels, but I think that the segment between a 500 and 1000 watt-hours is just a bit forgotten by all of the manufacturers, like where the Motion V10F lies, smaller Kingsong wheels. So I hope that maybe soon we'll also see some smaller wheels updated, like for example the Emotion V8S, which I'll hopefully get for testing as well. Alright, so we have 2 suspension wheels and 2 non-suspension wheels in this lineup. And now I will have to look on my iPad because there's so much to tell you about, so I'll just have to read a bit. So sorry for that. I don't have the teleprompter yet. The Veteran Abrams will be the successor to the highly successful Veteran Sherman. And those wheels will be produced simultaneously. However, the Veteran Sherman production struggles at this moment because of its specific 18650 Panasonic cells. At a similar price range to the Sherman, the Abrams will get a smaller battery at 2700 watt-hours with the new, bigger 21700 cells by Samsung. Usually these are LG cells, but here it's Samsung. And a more powerful and torquey 3.5 kilowatt motor, coupled with a bigger 22-inch tire, updated design and waterproofing. Now, power wasn't necessarily anything that was lacking in the Sherman. Sure, man, it's always nice, but more importantly, the torque and responsiveness will be hopefully upgraded so that there's like just a bit less of pedal dipping when accelerating, when braking, and hopefully just all around more torque. As far as it goes for the torque, it says it can climb 30-degree inclines, so just about where the high-speed Begode wheels are at now. I wonder for how long, because you know there was quite a bit of toasty Shermans in long inclines, especially in warm weather. And there will be also a limit for 45-degree incline where it will beep or tilt pedals back or whatever. That's what they're saying in the spec sheet. They also advertise a new heat dissipation system that's like connected to the frame, so that will be hopefully cool. Usually a bigger tire and bigger wheel diameter means more heat and less torque, but hey, we'll have to see if I faceplant on the Abrams like I did on the Monster Pro. As far as it goes for the specs I've seen, it should weigh around the same as a Monster Pro at 44 kilograms, so yeah, that will be a pretty fat chunk. But what I'm really more looking forward in the Abrams is the stability and ride of the 22-inch wheel, which already got me hooked on the Monster V3. The higher pedal clearance at 18 centimeters, along with a higher placed shell, is also something I'm looking forward to. And the tire is also now tubeless, which is a first since the Ninebot Z10 and the Gotway M10 III, which will hopefully alleviate the problems associated with misalignment of the tire and make it more durable against flats.
You want to drink some water?
Yes, let's drink some water. Stay hydrated. I wonder how they will distribute the weight though, as 2700 watt hours can be like divided into two 1350 watt hour packs per side, or you can have like 6 packs per 450 watt hours because it's like a 100-volt wheel, or asymmetrical 3 900 watt hour packs like we see on the EXN. Just something to keep in mind, since weight distribution was excellent on the Sherman with its 4 symmetrically placed 800 watt hour packs, and I hope that the Abrams will have a good balance and stability too. With a safe top speed of around 70, 75, 80 kilometers an hour like we see on the Sherman, and other improvements, it has a lot going for it. But for some, of course, the smaller range will be a turn-off. Anyways, Veteran confirmed yesterday that I will get actually a Veteran Abrams from them, so woo, let's get excited for that. But now let's talk about the Commander. First thought as a fake, but then it turned out to be a real thing made by Extreme Bull in cooperation with Begode. That's why you see a lot of Begode logos on this thing. If you don't know what Extreme Bull is, they made the K4 and K5 dual motor seated electric missile of death, which you can check out on the AlienRides channel, and the Extreme Bull D10 III, so like the Gotway D10 III scooter powerful thing. Looks like a good resume. Anyways, the Commander is the wheel I have the least information about, sadly. Imagine it being a Sherman, but without the roll cage and with more options. At 36.5 kilograms, just a bit heavier than the Sherman, it will have a 3600 watt hour LG M50 long range battery like the Monster Pro, and 2 motor variants, which is really cool. And those will be the same motors like we see on the Begode EXN, RS19 high torque or high speed, which is really cool because as for now we only had high speed long range wheels, and some of us want the torque, you know, better efficiency, better hill climbing possibilities, and less overheating. So that's really exciting, and possibly also more range. Oh, and did I mention that Extreme Bull also water cooled the K4 and K5 and the D10 scooter? Just a thought, maybe you could bring that into the Commander, right? Apart from that, it's the usual 100-volt wheel with twin charge ports, a speaker, small display on the top, trolley handle, spiked pedals, good lighting, and a supposed slow 12-hour charging time. But don't quote me on that, because somewhere I saw it has a 5 amp charger, somewhere I saw a 3 amp charger. So I guess we'll see. It's a box designed to do its job, and with the right price and okay waterproofing, it might be the choice for long-range riders, both on-road and off-road, and especially in hillier areas and more warmer climates. And it's really fat. It's 24 centimeters in width, and the Sherman is 20, so it's you can call it big commandus. But then there is the Begode Hero. Something I wasn't expecting to be dropped by Begode at all. A video of watering a Begode wheel like a plant. Separated and secured battery compartments? A big readable display in a good spot? Proper lighting? Good suspension? Motherboard on top? Aluminium shell?
What?
Aluminium shell? It seems like your toxic partner in your relationship just went to rehab, and that is what we get. And rehab was also expensive, because I've heard the rumors of this wheel costing around $4,000. So it seems Begode did all we wanted, but now we can complain about the price. Well, there's always something to complain about, isn't it? And it will be weighing around 36.5 kilograms, which isn't really light. Anyways, the Hero was the only wheel presented in real life, with Kuji rolls ripping it in Dali, China. Go check out the video linked below, because it's just some cool electric unicycle ripping. I really like it when electric wheel companies show us the real product, not just renders. The Hero will have a 1800 watt hour battery the size of an RS, but with differently secured and placed packs, each containing 24 LG M50 cells. For now, I've heard just of a high torque version, very similar to the RS high torque, so speeds of 55 kilometers an hour, maybe 60, and it will be able to tackle inclines up to 40 degrees. Nonetheless, a high-speed version is probably in the works or will be available at some point in the future, because that's what Begode usually do, as far as we have seen with the prior wheels and models. But there is so much improvement in Begode's project to be seen, okay? Oh, and the lights are not adjustable. There is a lot to like here though, and if they get the price below the Kingsong S20, they might just sell some. But now, let's get into the star of the show, the Kingsong S20 Eagle. It was pretty good.
That was very high pitched.
And if Kingsong delivers everything that we're saying about in the presentation, and the working version or prototype does do what they are telling it's supposed to do, then we're on to a winner. Winner, winner, eagle dinner. Kingsong actually paves the way. I think the first time in history they get a higher voltage wheel out than Gotway, or basically any other company beating Gotway with the voltage. And they implement a 126 volt system coupled with a 2220 watt-hour battery that might just reach the sweet spot between range and weight for this sort of vehicle. They also use some new nifty imported MOSFETs, so maybe this will provide you also with more power. And speaking about more power, there will be 3.3 kilowatts of nominal power available with a peak around 7.5 kilowatts, which is a lot. They were also able to improve the suspension from the S18 to now deliver 13 centimeters of travel with an air shock and a progressive spring. But that's not all. I'm getting more and more crazy as the longer we record the video.
Yes, I think it's the line is just hypnotizing you.
But that's not all. Spiked pedals out of the box, 3 hours 6 amp charging out of the box, adjustable 8x 5 watts headlight, so these are like the small movable things in the front. Small display, which will do multiple stuff, probably just speed when you're going, and when you're stationary it will show you like battery percentage or whatever you need. A seat, replaceable front bumper, integrated adjustable power pads, twin charge ports, 10 amp charging at 126 volts are all pretty nifty features, but the power of the system seems unreal. The free spin is at 105 kilometers an hour, so as fast as the veteran Sherman, and the top speed will be limited to 70 kilometers an hour. However, it will still be able to climb 40-degree inclines, and if that's true, it will be the first wheel to be both high speed and high torque, because all of the high-speed wheels by Begode, they usually top out around 35 degrees, and you're better off just doing 30 degrees of incline. And 40, well, this is like a champ. And if it's true, it will catapult Kingsong into the go-to company for high-performance wheel riders. Now, the design is a love it or hate it thing, and I don't fully understand why they opted for just a red option available at first. Why not like white, gray, black? The trolley is in front and it might be tricky to push around in stores, and the lift switch is I think also in the trolley handle, so you'll have to lift it up and it will just like tip over. I think it will be easier to push it in reverse like you usually push a MSP or RS. Seems like they wanted to do at least something worse than Gotway. At 35 kilograms or less, as I talked with Jack from Kingsong, also channel Electric Dreams, it's definitely not on the light side, so we'll have to check the nimbleness when we get one. Oh yeah, it's 20-inch wheel, I forgot to say that. But as far as new releases go, the S20 is what I'm most excited about. And even at the price of $3,400, it's cheaper or equally priced like other performance alternatives. However, with less range but better quality and acceptable waterproofing. But the spec sheets and the pictures and some of the riding footage is all that we know for now, so take all of that with a grain of salt. When we get the wheels for review, we'll find out how they really ride like, and if we put the kilometers into them, then we know for sure which is a good wheel to get. Be sure to also check out Jack's Electric Dreams channel on YouTube, linked below. He'll be getting the King Song S20 very soon, as he's located in China. And if you want to purchase any of these wheels, feel free to check out the links in the description, affiliate links, and also coupon codes for discount, like 5% or something like that. So to summarize, So to summarize, the Veteran Abrams will be the new 22-inch performance wheel. The Begode Commander seems to be like a cheaper, long-range Veteran Sherman alternative with high torque option. The Begode Hero wants to become a redemption wheel to redeem Begode's brand, and the S20 is the high-tech suspension goodness we all want. So if you're still here, and I'm still here, leave a like on the video because it's easy to do. Down there. Subscribe to see more content like this, the red button down there. And I'll see you in the next video. See you soon, and thank you so much, Monocat, subscribe to Monocat, for helping me record this video and keeping me somehow sane in this episode. Bye bye!